Hello, hello, hello. Vasina Adesanya of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, Los Angeles chapter. Still talking about obesity, and this is going to be one of my final topics on obesity. I want to touch on emotional eating. In the last video, I talked about the psychological factors that impact obesity. And so I'm talking about emotional eating. Emotional eating, what's emotional eating and how do we stop it? Well, let me ask you a couple of questions. Like I said, I'm not a healthcare professional. I am an African-American woman who has dealt with weight issues all of my life. And now in my 50s, I am finally beginning to handle it. I'm beginning to address it, understand what my triggers are, and work towards being a healthier me. And some of the reasons are selfish because I have two daughters. One is 29, the other one's 30. They're both engaged. My 29-year-old will be getting married next year, so she'll probably start making me a grandmother. But I mean, if I got to be here at least 25, 30 years from now to see these grandchildren grow up, I'm in my 80s, getting ready to hit 90. So I got to be healthy because I want to enjoy them. I want to live life and prosper. I want to live in wealth. And wealth is what? Having the ability to live life fully. And I can't live it fully if I'm tied to a dialysis machine. I can't live it fully if I'm running back and forth to the doctor to check on my heart. I've got to walk around with an oxygen tank. And if I can't walk because I have arthritis so bad because of my weight, my back hurts because of my weight, or I'm so stressed out that emotionally I'm difficult to hang around or to be around because I'm so stressed. I have poor communication styles. I don't want that for my life, and I don't want that for your life either. So that's why we're talking about obesity. And remember, obesity is the root cause of the leading causes of death for African-American women. African-American women in this country are the most educated group in the country, but we also die sooner than our Caucasian and Asian and Indian and Hispanic counterparts. Even though we're smarter, we're killing ourselves with our weight. And that's coming from the eating. And a lot of it, and this is me talking, I'm not a medical professional, but I know from my buffet buddies, because I call them buffet buddies, because heavy people got heavy friends, right? So we had the buffet eat together, although I have fit friends as well. And my fit ones don't have the same emotional triggers as my buffet buddies do. Okay. So emotional eating, what is that and how do you stop it? So do you eat to feel better? Do you eat to relieve your stress? If so, and I'm sure you do, some of these tips can help you stop that emotional eating. All right, now I'd like to share some of this with you. I want you to start fighting your cravings, identify your triggers, and find more satisfying ways to feed your feelings, because it's all about self-love. So what is emotional eating? We don't always eat just to satisfy our physical hunger. Many of us, and I'm included in this, turn to food for comfort, to relieve our stress, to reward ourselves. Oh, I did good. Let me go get something to eat. Oh, wow. What am I going to eat today? Oh, I had a great day at work. I was really productive. Oh, I just got a promotion. Let's go out to eat. Oh, you're getting engaged. Let's go out to eat. Oh, you just bought a new house. Let's go out to eat. Oh, girl, look at my new hair. Don't I look cute? Yeah, let's go out to eat and celebrate. Eating is a celebration, correct? Some friends and I went to a wine festival a couple of weeks ago. After the wine festival, let's go eat. Now we munched at the wine festival, but now we got to actually go eat again. And when we do all of this, we tend to reach for junk foods, for sweet foods, or as I say, we go out and we eat heavily laden, seasoned, salted food and other comforting foods, but they're unhealthy. And you might even reach for a pint of ice cream when you're feeling down. That's a real good pick me up. Or you order pizza if you're bored or lonely. COVID weight. How many people have I heard say COVID weight? That was eating out of boredom, out of loneliness, out of separation. That's emotional eating. Or you swing by a drive-through. How easy is that? And not only do you swing by the drive-through, but you wolf it down before you even get home. Think about it. You buy something and before you hit the red light, you've consumed it. And maybe that's after a stressful day of work. But emotional eating is using food to make yourself feel better, to fill emotional needs. I don't feel beautiful in this world of Karens. I'm tired of fighting my natural beauty and trying and mimicking Karen to be accepted. So I need to eat. I'm tired of being on my guard and watching my verbiage and my intonation so that Karen doesn't get offended at work, and so I can fit into this society. So I eat. It's rough raising 2, 3, 4 kids by myself, paying the mortgage, paying for their education, and making sure that they're emotionally mature, all by myself. So what do? You turn to food. Unfortunately, emotional eating doesn't fix emotional problems. And now you're overweight and you still have the emotional issue. In fact, it usually makes you feel worse. I know I would feel worse. I felt good while the food was in my mouth and I was savoring the flavor in my taste buds. But after I finished it, after I swallowed it, after I came down from that high, I was still stressed. It didn't solve anything. It was a quick pick me up. So now not only did I have my original emotional issue, but now I'm also feeling guilty for overeating, and I'm upset with myself because now I'm still overweight. So how do you determine if you're an emotional eater? Do you eat more when you're feeling stressed? Do you eat when you're not hungry or when you're full? You know you're full, but you're still eating. How many of us put on elastic clothes at Thanksgiving? Oh, let me take this belt off because I know I'm really getting ready to chow down. How many of us have said that? Do you eat to feel better, to calm and soothe yourself when you're sad, when you're mad, when you're bored, when you're anxious, et cetera, et cetera? Do you reward yourself with food? Do you regularly eat until you stuffed yourself? Does food make you feel safe? Do you feel like food is a friend? I remember years ago, there was this television show entitled Rhoda. And the beginning of the show, the intro to the show was, she says, I remember the first thing that liked me back was food. Do you feel powerless or out of control around food? Like, for instance, if you see your favorite food, does it control you? I've got to eat this banana pudding. It's there, I'm going to finish the entire container. If so, you're in the emotional eating cycle. And what is the emotional eating cycle? It's, okay, I'll kind of give you an example. You feel guilty and powerless over your food, meaning, oh, if I'm going to eat this, but I really feel guilty about it. I know I shouldn't eat it, but I'm going to eat it because it looks so good. Oh my God, I got to finish it. I know it's still down there in the pot. Let me go get it. I'm not going to do it yesterday. I'm just a little taste. I'll go back upstairs and get some more, go back downstairs and have some more. That's you feel guilty. Oh my God, I can't believe I ate all that, but oh my goodness, it's so good. I couldn't control myself. And then something happens to upset you. And then you eat. Something upsets you, you feel an overwhelming urge to eat or to eat a particular food. You eat more than you know you should. And then you go right back to feeling guilty and powerless over the food. And then something happens and upsets you again. Maybe you're upset because you're overate. So you're like, oh my God, I overate. I can't believe I did this. Oh my goodness. What can I do to make myself feel better? Oh, a candy bar make me feel better. So you eat that. And it's just calling your name. And then you eat another one and you eat another one. So you're eating more and more and you feel guilt and powerless over the food, and then you feel bad. So you eat something else. And it's a continuous cycle. Emotional hunger can't be filled with food. So if you're dealing with racial issues, racial discrimination in the workplace, racial discrimination in healthcare, yes, we're dealing with it. We deal with it every day. How often have you had a conversation with someone, and in the back of your mind, and when I say someone, I mean someone outside your race, in the back of your mind, you're always evaluating what was the true meaning behind that. Did they really mean this, or was it an innocent remark? That's dealing with racial discrimination. That's racism. That's stressful to constantly be trying to figure out what was the true meaning. Do I need to fight this one? Do I need to respond to this? Did they mean this? Did they mean that? All that. We're always on guard. We're always on the defensive. That's a stressful place to live. But it can trigger emotional eating. And from emotional eating, you overeat. And when you overeat, you're typically overeating the wrong food, and then you become obese, and then you give yourself heart disease, and you have strokes, and you have high blood pressure, and hypertension. So what do you need to do to control this? That's the next video. But my sisters, we can do this. You can do this. There are tons of African-American women who have overcome obesity. And I know we sit back and say, oh my God, look how far I have got to go. I'm a size 24. I'm a size 26. I need to be a 10. You can do this. There have been others who have done it, and they're just like you. I've done it. I'm still doing it. It is a process, but as fierce as we are, as intelligent as we are, as resilient as we are, we can do this. Tune in one more time, and we're going to bring it home. Take care.